Good morning, friends. Living Fit with Laura on this glorious, glorious morning. Let's say the prayer with me. This is the day my Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in the day. I will not live in want today. I will forgive completely myself and others, realizing that we are all beautifully and wonderfully made, and I will never curse, compare, criticize, or condemn others or myself. I will focus on loving people and allowing people to do what they want to do within the realistic boundaries of keeping our self-respect. I have spoken about that people will do what they want to do, and we cannot control people. When we have friendships with people, when we have friendships with relatives, acquaintances with relatives, we love and respect them, but we also must continue to live sane, stable, serene, and strong. We continue to live sane, stable, serene, and strong because, as I've told my friends, we cannot control other people, and if another person's behavior or actions rocks our peace, takes away our peace, and we are unable to live well, then of course we communicate with that person and we tell them what we need, but we also step away if that person does not want to communicate. That's the only thing we can do. We cannot continue agonizing. We live well, remembering that we cannot control other people. We cannot control many circumstances, people, places, or things. We keep our eyes fixed on the eternal things, our Savior. God is with us right now. He's not in the church on Sunday for 1 hour. We don't dress it up and take it to church and then act like a jerk the rest of the time. We do not worship people. We do not worship the pastor or clergy people. When people ask me, where is God? Are we running away from God? God is right with us. It is not God who has run away. It is not God who has, it is not God who is, it is not God who has left us. It is not God who has disappeared. We do not need to look for him. It is us that need to simply embrace him. He is right with us. When we draw near to God, he draws near to us. He is not hard to find. Open our eyes and marvel at his creation. Marvel at his magnificence. Marvel at the gifts that he gives us in the sanctity of life. We marvel at the gift of life. We marvel at the sanctity of life. We remember that life is sacred. When we remember life is sacred, feelings of depression lift. When we remember life is sacred, then we will not go to such extremes to do things to change our outer appearance because we have self-loathing inside. We accept ourselves for being either male or female when we realize that we are not a mistake. We are not a mistake, born male or female. We do not need to change our gender, have permanent, irreversible surgeries, or take powerful hormones that are extremely dangerous to our brain and body. We do not do that because we are all beautifully and wonderfully made, and we accept ourselves wanting to live our best life, staying fit, keeping a clean and healthy attitude, staying out of the little me bubble. We accept that we are all flawed, but we do not accept, as I told us yesterday, we do not accept that we will be overweight or eat junk food. We do not accept unforgiveness in our lives. We do not accept people in our lives that treat us badly because that rocks our peace. We stay on the straight and narrow, and of course we love and forgive, but we do not compromise our own sanity, our own saneness for another person. I've done that a couple times, and I had to step away from a few individuals. I want you to see the beautiful, beautiful morning. We continue moving forward to those things that lie ahead, putting behind us those things that lie behind, one step at a time. We continue moving forward. Sometimes it is very painful to step away from a relationship we've had for all of our lives. But remember that open communication is done by two people. A relationship is two people. It's not mandated or dictated by one person. A relationship is open communication and respect for both people's needs, not just dictated by one person. I've talked about stonewalling and the devastation that occurs with stonewalling. Stonewalling is essentially ignoring. We do not stonewall. And when we are experiencing being stonewalled by another person, there's really nothing we can do. We need to decide if we are willing to spend all that energy agonizing and trying to figure out why that person is stonewalling us. No, we go ahead and we move forward with our lives. We realize that if a person has decided to stonewall, this happened to me recently and it has been very devastating to me, we must move forward. We reach out to that person, of course, but if communication is only one-sided, then we must decide to move forward with our lives. We do not stay stuck. We do not stay in limbo because of another person's rude behavior or stonewalling or passive-aggressive avoidance. I've talked a lot about several things today. I've talked about continuing to move forward, past and through and past painful interactions. I've talked about choosing to step away from relationships, even if they are lifelong, with people who choose to not treat us well, remembering that a relationship is two people, not one person. I have talked about seeing life as sacred. I have talked about embracing the sanctity of life and embracing that we're born either male or female, and that we are not to go to such lengths to change our exterior just because we might have feelings of self-loathing or dislike of our body. It is very, very common to be our own worst critic. However, we're all beautifully, wonderfully made. We are not a mistake. We were brought into this world by our loving Creator. We do not change our gender. We do not go on dangerous hormones like testosterone or estrogen or have mutilating surgeries. I'm talking about these hot topics because I want all of my friends to be sane, stable, serene, and strong. And there is a high rate of suicide among trans. Also, people that detransition. Don't do it. Embrace the gender that you were born with. If you do not like your body, if you're overweight, you can change that. But we are all beautifully and wonderfully made. We are not to compare ourselves or try to be someone else. We are not to take irreversible, dangerous hormones or have mutilating surgeries thinking that we will be happier as the other gender. Don't do it. Don't do it, please. There's profound regret among many, many people that have done that. So I talk about these hot topics because our culture is very me-centered. Our culture is very flaky, and the only way to have profound peace, the peace that passes all understanding, is to keep our eyes fixed on our eternal Creator. Things of this world are temporal, but things of eternity, things of God, are eternal. We fix our eyes on things above, not on things of this earth. Things of this earth are temporal, but things of God are eternal. Let's have a great day today. Let's continue moving forward to those things that lie ahead, putting behind us those things that lie behind. taking the blessing and the lesson of all painful events. For me, the lesson I have learned, and I have the character flaw of agonizing far too long about relationships that are one-sided, or about relationships where I'm being stonewalled. We must not do that, because we must respect ourselves. And any relationship that harms us to the point where we cannot live well, we cannot sleep, we're in extreme mental agony, is not meant to be. It's not healthy. Live well with me on this beautiful, beautiful day. See the sunrise behind me. Have a wonderful day. Let's get and stay sane, stable, serene, and strong. Let's get our exercise, remembering that forgiveness is the key to relief of depression. Living Fit with Laura, I'm proud of you.